Alright, so this is kind of weird, but I have been questioning in my mind whether or not to do a video known as This Is My Life or This Is My Story. You know what I mean? There's different ways to put the video itself, and there's parts of my life that I don't remember. But there's also parts of my life that I cannot forget. You know what I mean? But anyway, so far my life's going great, for the most part. And so let's just start at from at least the beginning that I know of. Okay, so you guys know me as Subsonic Timbo. My real name is Timothy. And, so far, when I was born, it was about 12:07, 12:04 in the morning. It was early. It was just past midnight, in Winfield, Alabama. And that's just because I think where I'm from originally didn't have a child center. I think. I don't remember what my dad said. But either way, yeah, I was born in Winfield, but I was raised in Hamilton. And I lived in Hamilton from about the age of 1 up till about around the age of 12. Because whenever I was 12, I moved away, and I'll get to that. But my dad, he's sometimes into videos. Sometimes you can see him in the comments in a few of my videos. But his name is Tim. That's where I got Timothy from. And then my mom, Lindsay. Then I have an older sister named Bridget. She won't let me call her that. So I used to call her Sissy a lot, just because of whenever I was younger, that's what I called her. So, yeah. But either way, and that was the family I was born into. Then there's some like movies that my mama and papa have. So, and it pretty much shows off 2002 and 2003 and how Christmas went. My mom and dad, they weren't together they're not together now, but yeah, they were together for a couple years after I was born, I think. Anyway, like I said, I'm just starting off from where I can't remember, but yeah, but then after that they both moved on, and they're both happy now. My mom met Josh, my stepdad, and my dad was I think it was Renee. Honestly, with my dad, I don't remember. It came after my mom, but yeah, either way, yeah, it was Renee. But either way, around that time, I lived with my mama and papa because they were the ones who took care of all the kids, like the babies and the kids and other things like that. Even now, they take care of my cousin Garrett. But either way, in around 2002 was fun for me. Around 2003, for me as a child, like a baby, it was fun. If in real life, if I could, I'd go back in a heartbeat. But either way, but yeah, it's kind of fun. It was fun back then. And then probably my like funnest thing I did was, well, in my opinion, was whenever I was on the road with my dad. because we went all over the place. We went to like Washington D.C., we went to California, Texas, Tennessee, Kentucky, New York. We went everywhere. And yeah, I remember him telling me I was about 2 or 3, so about 2002, 2003, and we went to D.C. and we actually went near the White House, but which was awesome to hear. Obviously, back then, if he was to say, "Hey, look, we're at the we're by the White House," I'd be like, "Huh? What? What the White House?" Anyway. But now, now that I'm 18 and I know what I'm doing, now I actually know the White House is where the president is and all that. But yeah, anyway. So besides that, when I was about 5 or 6, I started kindergarten. I skipped preschool just because I don't think I needed it, but I also don't think that they thought I needed it. I mean, I kind of skipped that at about 3 or 4, because, I could already walk, I could already ride bikes, kind of. I could speak Spanish. I could, count in Spanish, I could say some Spanish words, because I used to watch movies, and then I would play the languages in different, languages and put subtitles. Heck, I could read during that time. Obviously, back then, I didn't have a problem with reading. Now I can't stand it, just because for me, I'm one of the people who hates boredom, and for me, reading's kind of boring. The main thing that I will read is obviously video games and comments like y'all's. I'll read subtitles off of things and magazines and instructions. I'll do that. But when it comes to reading books, I'm good. Yeah, well, anyway, kindergarten started, and I cannot forget Miss Miller. She was my kindergarten teacher at Hamilton and the funniest part was whenever I got to about 4th grade or so, she still remembered me as one of her favorite students. It was awesome. But I keep jumping back and forth. But in kindergarten, I got in trouble a lot, as most kids do. For me, it's if you don't get in trouble, you ain't have fun. But anyway, but yeah, which meant obviously I got detention and in-school suspensions and whatnot. But there was this one time where my dad and I were gone for about a week. Obviously going to heck, I don't even remember. I think it was New York. I think it was when we went to New York City. I don't remember. But either that or somewhere in California. We went to California, Texas, and things like that. I think the most. Or I did, anyway. But yeah, and it was fun just because, or it was funny, because whenever I came back, Daddy explained to her, where I was. And she was happy that I was back because, like I said, I was one of her favorite students. But, I found it hilarious whenever people told me this story. But my year in her kindergarten class was the last year we were allowed to have bed mats, because there was mats you sleep on and all that sometimes when you're in the lower grades and stuff. But yeah, apparently my year was the last one, unless they brought it back. Then after kindergarten, I got I had a choice, because they gave me the option to skip 1st grade. And I didn't skip it just because I wanted to be with my friends, and I probably should have. It always ticks in my mind, what would have happened if I would have said yes? What would have happened if I actually would have jumped to 2nd grade? My learning skill probably would have jumped up a little. I mean, because that, and also I actually probably would have went all the way through 12th grade down here. Or up here, wherever I am. Because, as I said, I moved away. But yeah. Then 1st grade, it was okay. 1st grade, obviously I wasn't playing with toys. I wasn't coloring on paper. I wasn't doing anything like that. I was actually starting to do work. You know what I mean? And that's where my math started. For me, math is my best subject. But yeah, 1st grade was First grade was fun. It was kind of weird because, like, you know, just like back and forth things. Like, I got in trouble again, and all that. Second grade, oh boy. Second grade was another story. Second grade was mostly fun for me alone. Like, it wasn't that I had friends. It wasn't that, like, all this, all that. I was having fun. But I was a bully. I was bullied for about the first grade. I'm actually been bullied almost my entire school life, whatever. But yeah, in second grade, I was like, okay, fine. Y'all pick on me, fine. I'll pick on everybody else. Know what I mean? And so yeah, around second grade or so, I was a bully. I'm glad. I'm so glad that I like reject any sort of business like that now, just because like now if I was to pick up people, I'd get in lots of trouble for it. And not just that, but also bullying's wrong. You know what I mean? But back then I didn't know that. I was just like, all right, cool. So I'm the bigger kid. Get over it. But still. Okay. Anyway, but yeah, in second grade I was actually around third grade I was declared the bully of the school. Not my best nickname. But yeah. Yeah, in second grade I met one of my friends from, obviously back then, one of my best friends was Corbin. My friend Corbin Foster. And yeah, and he was cool. And then like we were both so happy whenever we both got into the same class in third grade the next year. Because like I saw him on the sidewalk, I was like, hey dude, what's up? You know what I mean? Things like that and all that. Then I tell him what class I'm in, and he said that he's in it too. We were both like extremely happy about that. It was fun. Third grade was probably one of my life-changing years. One of them. It was one of the first ones. It's whenever I met, well, my now ex-girlfriend, Marina. But yeah, in third grade, obviously, when you're about that young, you don't really know what love means. You know what I mean? But still, I met Marina in third grade in a weird way because she would chase me. Funny, right? She would chase me different places and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, either way, she chased me until I said yes, pretty much. You know what I mean? Because like this one time, it was hilarious because anytime I wanted to get away from her, I had to run into the boys' bathroom. But yeah, this one time I ran into class. This one time, like I ran into class and she banged on the door as hard as she could, and the teacher even had to ask me, Timothy, what was that? You know what I mean? And I just sat there, looking terrified, saying, I have no idea. You know what I mean? Because, like, just think about, like, how would y'all feel? Like, you're just going to school, you get in the class, and someone starts banging on the door, screaming your name. What you gonna... like, what would y'all be thinking? You know what I mean? And yes, I'm just walking in circles, in case you were wondering. But, you probably weren't. Either way, let's see, what happened after that? Oh yeah. Around third grade or so is whenever I started going to this church called Happy Hill. It was fun. I loved it there. Especially when we got to go to camp. Camp was probably my favorite part. That and like the performances. But it was also around third grade, fourth grade, somewhere up in there, whenever I met probably my favorite set of step siblings that I had. Probably. But when it comes to like step brothers, step sisters, stuff like that, my two favorite step brothers were Trevor and Gage. They were fun. The only thing I didn't like about Trevor at the time was that, remember how I said I was a bully? He would literally beat me up for fun. You know what I mean? I didn't care. Yeah, it hurt like heck, but you know, like, I didn't care nothing about it because he got me into a sport that a lot of people love, which is wrestling. And but But yeah, it was because of Trevor that I got into wrestling, but it was also because of Trevor that I learned to be tough, that I learned to take care of myself, that I learned how to fight. You know what I mean? But my dad, he's the one who taught me like a lot of like the reversals, submissions, all that, and how to really, really fight. Trevor, he just taught me like how to get stuff done. You know what I mean? But yeah, it is hot in here. Probably because I'm wearing a jacket. Anyway. Hello. Where was I? Oh yeah, Trevor. But yeah, he's also the one who got me into Saints Row. Saints Row is like Grand Theft Auto's weird friend, you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm pretty sure that y'all guys get it, you know what I mean? Like, cause there's Grand Theft Auto, which is GTA, and then there's Saints Row, which is pretty much you're a gang leader. You don't pick between your protagonists, but you get the privilege of fully customizing them head to toe. Same thing with the outfits and all that, you know what I mean? Whew. But yeah. Yeah, but around that time was also whenever it was a little weird because I skipped over something. Early on in my life, I was having seizure problems, and you know seizures are not good. Them things still here. But yeah, anyway, like I was having seizures. Hey, Rowdy. And they weren't good because like half the time I wouldn't even realize that I was having any. I'd like fall asleep. I mean, I'd like fall asleep and then I'd wake up like in the emergency room or something. Something that I find awesome was with Trevor and Gage. If you look right there, see that house? Whenever Trevor and Gage were my stepbrothers, that was our house. Like, we came back to our old house. And we live here now, which is awesome. But also think about this. That was also like 2009, 2010. So, like, this house has changed barely at all. You know what I mean? And the funny part is I'm back in my old room. There's just no bunk beds. Also, around this time, me and Trevor, we shared the room. So, like, I got top bunk, he got bottom, all that. Right here was like one of our favorite like play areas. Well, the bird's gone. But we had a trampoline about here, like right here, and then the pool right over in here, right on the other side of the porch. Because we jump off the porch into the pool, or we jump from the porch to the trampoline and then bounce back into the pool. Or we just start on the trampoline and get in the pool. Either way, we used the combination of the three to get in the pool. I love trampolines, but whenever Trevor and Gage and like Gina weren't in like the step family range anymore, also I keep skipping parts, I'm sorry, but also around the time I was about 6 or 7, somewhere in there, my mom decided to move to Mississippi. And yeah, Mississippi, an entire another state. Either way, my dad got with somebody else, and like obviously, you know, like he was with someone new, someone who looked nice enough, and I'm not gonna like point out nothing weird or nothing like that, but I'm just gonna say that she had a problem, and one of her main problems was like a problem. But either way, sorry, Daddy. But yeah, and I'm just gonna say that her problem caused me to leave living with my dad. She's the reason why I quit living with my dad for about 5 years. So, this is what I meant by I moved. I moved out of Hamilton, Alabama, and I moved to Gulfport, Mississippi, which is literally the top of the state to the bottom of the other one. But anyway, the main good part is, if anyone knows what the United States looks like, they know Alabama and Mississippi's right next to each other. So, like, if visiting was ever something, then like my dad would come down there to see us, or we'd come up here to see him. You know what I mean? And for the longest time, my whole family kind of was always in Alabama. My extended family, you know, which is like my mom's, like beyond, they were like in Ohio and stuff like that. Then my stepdad and them, they were mostly in Mississippi. Okay, so our cat's back. Hey, Tom. Yeah. Yeah, but either way, then about after all that happened in Mississippi, like, you know, like me moving down there, 6th grade was happening, and I didn't fail, or well, like, obviously whenever I was moving and stuff like that, it was kind of weird, just because of the fact that my dad didn't withdraw me from school properly, or at all. So pretty much I just missed everything. So yeah, around March or so is whenever I got pulled out. But like I said, he didn't withdraw me, which means he just pulled me out, which meant I failed all the classes from March to May. You know what I mean? Which means that I failed 6th grade, kind of. But then around that time there, I got put back in 6th grade, and I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, wait, what? Back in 6th? Well, I'm confused. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's just like, what the heck? Because like until that point, I was passing, barely, but I was passing. Like I was passing with like a D. I had A's and B's and C's and D's. Yeah, but then of course all those turned to F's. So, you know, I just spit a lot. But yeah, this video's been going on for 20-something minutes now. Either way, let me fix my head. Sorry. But yeah, either way. Sorry. One of my dad's work buddies was waving at me. Either his work buddies or someone who knows him. But yeah, either way, I'm sorry that I'm stalling, kind of. It's just like I'm trying to get it back in my mind, like what happened around that time. Oh yeah, right. 6th grade. They tested me in about the end of August, near September, or so, and they tested me and realized, okay, so this kid's actually supposed to be in 7th grade, and you know, like, instead of making me finish out that year, they boosted me on up to 7th grade anyway. And just don't forget, this whole time I'm in Mississippi around the 6th grade mishap that happened. But sorry. But yeah, anyway, I was in Mississippi around the end of 6th grade and 7th grade. But I was in Mississippi all the way up to 10th, going on 11th. But anyway, before I moved, my seizures actually stopped. So they stopped around 2010, 11. But yeah, anyway. You want to know something funny? I never actually mentioned like when I was born. I just said where and what time. But either way, I had a bunch of good birthdays, and there was this one while I was in Mississippi that I literally pretty much canceled in a way, because it's October. It's well, not the 20th. It's the 19th, which is 2 days before my birthday. And I tell my mom and them, I don't want nothing. I don't want anything. I don't want nothing. I don't want no cake. I don't want presents. Nothing. because we were struggling on money. You know what I mean? My dad's birthday is literally one day before mine, and that there was a problem that we had. that was a problem that he had with the birthdays, because he wanted for us to share a birthday, but the doctors or whatever said that they thought it'd be better if I had my own. Can't say that I don't blame him, but anyway. Like, I mean, it would be cool if, like, we shared a birthday and everything. I mean, we do anyway. Because, like, once you think about it, it's literally just 2 birthdays for us, in a way. Because, like, on his birthday, we both celebrate. Then on my birthday, we both celebrate. Heck, sometimes it'll be we both just celebrate on my birthday. And vice versa. But anyway, back to Mississippi. We didn't have any money, but people came over anyway, and they brought me stuff. Which was kind of weird, because, like, I wasn't expecting to get anything. Because remember, like I said I don't want a party, I don't want no presents or nothing. But this one kid, I don't know if y'all know about these or not, but there's these little things called Beyblades. Back then, before they were called bursts or whatever, and before you can, like, combine 2 of them together and whatnot, it was kind of funny because of the fact that that I only had, like, 1. So yeah, this kid Ashton, I think it was, he had a bunch of Beyblades. My cousin Jeremy had some, I think, and I had like 1 or 2. But yeah, but yeah, you know, things happen. But also during that time, in the trailer that we lived in at that time, it actually wasn't in Gulfport. I forgot. I'm sorry. It was in Saussure, which is a little town above it. Like, above Gulfport, if you look at a map, it's a little town. Just like Hamilton here is a little town. Kind of. It's somewhat getting bigger. It's also getting more packed. But anyway. But yeah, anyway, in Saussure, there was about, let's see. There was my mom. There was Josh, me, my sister, Jordan, my cousin. I'm starting off on the cousins list here. Then there was Jeremy, Joshua, Jocelyn, and my Aunt Jamie. So there was about 9 people in that house. Not to mention the fact that we had like 14, 15 dogs and about 3 or 4 cats. Know what I mean? Let's see, we had Bambi, Susie, Petey, Diesel, Cujo, crap. Zigzag, Diamond, no, Butterball. Okay, so I cannot name them all, but I swear there was like about 15 animals in total. Know what I mean? But yeah, Diesel and Petey, they were my dogs. Diesel's still going. Petey, he wasn't so lucky. The thing was that, oh yeah, not to mention there was like Baby Girl and then like the other 2. But Mom and them decided to get a white dog, and I don't remember what she was, is the problem. Junior, which is a dog I don't think I mentioned, he's a bulldog, and all the rest were literally Chihuahuas. So you can guess that them things were yapping all day, all night. I almost dropped my phone. But yeah, you get it. Yeah, but it was fun down there. But yeah, the Bambi, she was fun. Because, like, anytime she was awake, you could always tell that it was her. Because of the fact that her nails, the way they were, like this, it's as if she was tap dancing. It was so funny, because she'd just run and go. But yeah, anyway, but yeah, about the Petey thing, him and Baby Girl, Baby Girl's bigger than him, And and yeah, they were playing. My stepdad Josh was coming down the driveway, and she like bumped him, kind of, and he rolled under the car, which sucked. And I blamed that dog, I swear. And I didn't talk to the dog. I wasn't very nice to the dog for a while, because I was like, okay, well, my dog's gone now. You know what I mean? And he was my little sleeping buddy. Like, I'd always put him up on my bed or something like that, and then he'd sleep in my bed with me. You know? But yeah, and then, crap. Oh yeah, then something weird really happened. Oh yeah, then school. That was one of the weird things that happened. Yeah, I was in a school that what some people call in the ghetto or in the hood, or whatever. You know what I mean? It's what they said. And I'm just sitting there thinking to myself, I'm like, well, it's just a back road, so what? You know what I mean? But yeah, but down there it was, gotta be careful around these parts and whatever. But like, I mean, I'm just a student going to school at this point, you know what I mean? This is also where I got one of my favorite bus rides. But yeah, the bus that I took, main reason why it was fun or funny was because of the school that I went to was in Gulfport while we lived in Saucier. So it was in two different towns, you know what I mean? So I was pretty much on a special bus, kind of. And if the bus didn't take me there, my mama did. And sometimes Josh did, you know what I mean? Because look, if you can't get there by bus, then you might get there somehow, you know what I mean? This video's been going on for a while. But yeah, then around that time is whenever I met some new friends, is whenever I'm not going to say popular, not going to say I got popular or nothing, but I got a good chunk of friends out of the school. You know what I mean? But by no freaking means was I popular. But yeah, it was also Mississippi where I played football for the first time in 6th grade because you know, I was about the age, or I was the right age. The only thing was I was older than everybody else. Because I was 12 going on 13, they were 10 going on 11, and 11 going on 12. I mean, but since I was 12 at the sign-ins, they let me join. Because what the thing was is that they were only accepting 10 through 12. The funny part was they were only accepting 10 through 12, but even though we were facing off against a team called Lyman Blue, because